They will be looking at a question, and the question is read as follows. If 22 is added to a number and then the sum is divided by 2, the result is 6 times the number. What is the number? So we'll just quickly look at how to solve this particular word problem. So we don't know what the number is, so we'll assign it a variable, and this time we'll say A. And 22 is added to the variable or the number, so we're saying that 22 plus A, or A plus 22. And then this is divided by 2. So what we'll say is A plus 22 divided by 2 is how that particular line can be represented. We're also saying that this result is 6 times the number. So A plus 22 all over 2 is equals to 6A. And that's represented by number 4. The result is 6 times the number. What is the result? The result we have in number 3 is A plus 22 over 2. And this is equals to 6 times the number. And what's the number? A. So A plus 22 over 2 divided by 2 is equals to 6A. A plus 22 divided by 2 is equals to 6A. Now, how do we solve this equation? We have a fraction on the left hand side because we have A plus 22 divided by 2. So we can simply remove that fraction by multiplying both sides by 2. Why are we multiplying both sides by 2? The denominator, which is 2 on the left hand side, if we multiply the left hand side by 2, that cancels out. And of course, because it's an equation, whatever we do to simplify the left hand side, we do to simplify the right hand side. So we simply multiply the left hand side by 2 and also the right hand side by 2. And when we multiply both sides by 2, that is what we get. We have 2 into A plus 22 over 2, and then we now have 2 times 6A. And when we do that, the left hand side is simplified as A plus 22, and then the right hand side is 12A. So what we'll now do is to identify like terms. Why are we identifying like terms? So that we can simplify further. If you have an apple and then you have 12 apples, you can add them together to have 13 apples. Or if you have 12 apples and you want to subtract one apple, you can group them together and that gives you 11 apples. But if you have one apple and you have one pineapple, so one apple plus one pineapple still remains one apple plus one pineapple. So in the same way, what we'll do is to identify the like terms. In this case, we have A and then we have 12A. So we'll group them to the same side. We'll take the A on the left hand side to where the 12A is on the right hand side. You notice that both of them are positive numbers. We will take the A on the left hand side to the right hand side. It now becomes a negative number. So what we see is that 22 will now be equals to 12A minus A. And if you have 12A minus A, you have 11A. Like saying 12 apples minus 1 apple, you have 11 apples. So what we have stated there is grouping the like terms so that we can simplify further. And when we do that, we'll have 22 is equals to 11A because 12A minus A is equals to 11A. And then what we'll simply do is we'll divide it by the coefficient of A because we want to solve for A. And in this particular case, the coefficient of A is 11. What does it mean by the coefficient of A? That is what is multiplying A. And what we have here is 11. So what we'll simply do is to divide both sides of the equation by 11. And when we do that, we have 2 is equals to a. So our a is 2, and that is the answer to the question. But we'll just do a quick check. And the question said if 22 is added to a number, and in this case we are saying the number is 2. 22 added to 2 gives us 24. And then we sum this number, that is 22 plus 2 is 24, and then we divide it by 2. When we divide it by 2, what do we have? 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then we're also saying that the result is 6 times the number. What is that number? 6 times 2 is 12. And that gives us what we had previously as 12. So in essence, the certain number which was solved before as 2 is correct. Thank you.